My bro shooter, that nigga ain't messy. He clean it up when he doing the dirt. Hit from the back and she wet on my shirt. Hit from the back and she make it tsunamis. Bust down Cartier, staying on time. Man, young and bowling like I'm playing with Brian.
What's good, Samurai Gang? It's your boy Sue, and you know the vibes, y'all. Listen, we got a Goku versus Omni-Man Ultimate Face-Off. I feel like this is kind of a stretch. I get it. He has a lot of clout. Omni-Man has a lot of clout right now. The Viltrumites has clout right now, so like they're gonna compare them niggas to us, to the Saiyans, feel me? We are low-key Saiyans, feel me? So I mean, it makes sense to compare the two races together because they kinda the same. You know, agenda-wise. But like I said in my last video, if you guys were there for the power levels video, that the Viltrumites have a couple of things over the Saiyans, right? They could live up to 3,000 years old. Saiyans cannot do that. We can't do that at all, actually. We age slower, but they can't like live up to 3,000 and like, you know. Another thing is this, right? Viltrumites have crazy ass regenerative abilities. Like you could tear them in half and whatnot, and they still come back alive. Look at Mark. Look at Omni-Man. If you guys read the comics, you know what I'm talking about. You seen like they could be burnt to a crisp, and they could come back healed. If you give them time to heal, they're gonna come back and be fine. If you burn a Saiyan to a crisp, he's not gonna be fine. Like Saiyans don't get, like, people in Dragon Ball don't get the chance to be burnt alive. Their bodies get evaporated, bro. It gets destroyed completely, entirely. You know? So yeah, like we're about to check out this video. You know, Goku vs Omni-Man Ultimate Face-Off. Who's gonna really come up on top? You already know that it's Goku. Son Goku's a much better fighter, right? A lot stronger. It is what it is.
This is Son Goku from the Dragon Ball universe, and this is Omni-Man from the Invincible universe, and I'm going to figure out which of these titans would win in a fight.
What you mean figure out? There's nothing to talk about, but we're going to make it entertaining and make it a video.
This is Goku versus Omni-Man.
Hey, no cap, I like your intro. I really do. But the fact that you got...
Goku is a character from the hugely famous manga series Dragon Ball by Akira Toriyama. He's a Saiyan, which is an alien race from the planet Vegeta. Goku's original mission was to conquer the people of Earth and destroy it. However, upon arrival, Goku suffers a painful head injury that causes him to revert from his primal Saiyan tendencies to a joyful and happy kid. Goku would grow up to become a martial arts master that would save the Earth countless times from stronger and stronger foes.
And the universe.
Omni-Man, or Nolan Grayson, is a character from the best-selling comics Invincible, written by Robert Kirkman, which has been made into an animated series on Amazon Prime. At first glance, Omni-Man is clearly a parallel to DC Comics' Superman.
Yeah, that's the exact vibe that I got. But the Kryptonians, they weren't trying to like conquer planets. They were just living totally by themselves, you know?
But just like Superman, he's actually quite similar to Goku, or at least initially. Omni-Man is a Viltrumite, a powerful and brutal race of people from the planet Viltrum. They contain all the abilities you come to expect. Got your superhuman strength, your speed, flight, and they're able to sustain insane amounts of damage.
Yeah, they're extremely durable, unless you, like, you know, catch a death beam to the heart. But that's only if you read the comics, right? That's why, you know, Nolan... You know, I'm not going to even say anything because, you know, people hate they don't like me spoiling the comic. But you should be reading it because that's what my channel is. We're going to talk about it on this channel. If you haven't read it already, then I'm sorry. But the news needs to be out. And this is the channel to find it.
To find out which of these two characters will win in a fight, I need to break down each character's fighting capabilities into 3 distinct categories. So I'm going to compare...
I'll be the judge to see if you're doing it fairly. Because I know the accuracy of both shows.
Goku and Omni-Man's strength, endurance, and intelligence to be able to see who would have the upper hand in battle. By the end of this video, I'm going to answer the question, Goku versus Omni-Man, who wins? So make sure to spank those beautiful
I'll subscribe if you be fair. If you're going to be fair.
And like buttons and leave your prediction in the comments. Before we continue, there will be spoilers for both Dragon Ball Super and the Invincible animated series. As a Saiyan with the lust for improving his fighting capabilities, Goku's strength is near limitless. Starting as a small child struggling to fight other martial artists, Goku constantly iterated on his strength by fighting tougher and tougher foes. Eventually, Frieza, one of Dragon Ball's biggest villains, would push Goku to the edge by murdering one of his best friends in cold blood. The trauma of the incident caused Goku to tap into his race's transformational abilities and become a Super Saiyan. From this point forward, Goku would find new ways to push the boundaries of the Super Saiyan to reach higher tiers of the transformation. Each Super Saiyan transformation would multiply the Saiyan's power until he learned to infuse Super Saiyan with the power of the gods. By fusing God Ki with his Super Saiyan abilities, Goku became a Super Saiyan God, and not long after that, a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, better known as Super Saiyan Blue. All this to say, Goku's strength now rivals that of the gods, and that wasn't even his highest peak of strength. The next evolution would be to master Ultra Instinct, an angel technique allowing his body to attack and defend instinctively.
In the angel technique / transformation, Whis clearly explained in the manga, I'm not sure if you read the manga, but he clearly explains that Goku uses Master MUI as a transformation, right? When instead he's supposed to be using it as a technique because the angels are always in Ultra Instinct. Their technique is always on, it's never off. They don't never get caught lacking. And that's why Goku infused that technique into his transformations. So when you see the silver hair form that Whis exclaims to, he said, you might want to, learn MUI in your base so you could be a lot stronger, so your base could be a lot stronger. And then if it's a last resort, then you could use the silver haired form, So just a heads up to let you know about that.
Instinctively and without thought. The form has many degrees, but up until now, this form is the peak of Goku's capabilities. Ultimately, Goku started as a low-class Saiyan, but was able to push his power to that of gods and angels. In Invincible, Earth has many heroes, each with their own powers and strengths, but Omni-Man is the strongest of them all.
Strongest on the planet, yeah.
Much like DC Comics, there exists a team of strong superheroes who work together to keep the planet safe, known as the Guardians of...
Fake-ass Wonder Woman, fake-ass Flash, fake-ass Batman, fake-ass Martian Man, fake-ass Aquaman, and fake-ass Green Lady. Yeah. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Homelander? Okay.
However, Omni-Man is not part of this team and is considerably stronger. We know this because Omni-Man surprises the Guardians of the
Yeah, and he obliterates them by himself.
Globe in order to take them on at once and brutally kill each one of them. Red Rush, based on the Flash, gets his head smashed in. War Woman has her neck instantly snapped. Their leader, the Immortal, also has superhuman strength, but is decapitated by Omni-Man's arm. It's clear Omni-Man is no slouch and would prove to be extremely powerful. Later in the series, he takes out an entire alien planet within the span of minutes.
Well, the civilization, not so much the planet. Because we seen him zipping around, He took out an entire civilization. So that planet is still there. It's just that the civilization, the intelligence over there isn't there anymore.
And is able to take on a huge kaiju twice. It seems no matter the opponent, Omni-Man is able to outclass them all when it comes to strength. Although...
I mean, they're not that strong. Like I said, if you're put in a verse where you're the strongest and everybody else is not as strong as you, right? They're super weak. Because they're humans, you're going to look like Saitama. You're going to look like you're the strongest thing ever. He still takes damage, though.
None of his foes can be classified as gods. Ultimately, when you have the strength of gods and the techniques of angels by your side, it's hard to justify Omni-Man beating Goku by strength alone. Omni-Man may be able to take on the planet's strongest warriors at once, but Goku...
But how strong are the strongest warriors of Earth? They're not that capable. If you put Krillin... in Invincible, then he's gonna slap something because he done fought planet busting, solar system buster people, bro. He's fought that. So you put Krillin against any of them, he's gonna destructive list them to death, bro. It's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be over.
Has literally created a universe underneath him while powering up.
You mean a galaxy? Well, it was when people say. Okay, so when I said that in one of my comments, he created a whole universe. I'm not sure if he lit up the universe or he created a universe. Because if Goku created a universe, I'm not sure what this is because they're in a void, right? There's nothing. They're outside of space and time, but there's time still counting. That's why they use that pole thing, timer. So they're outside of time essentially because they're in an infinite void. So the fact that this happened, I'm not sure if this is a universe or if this is a galaxy. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I thought that was a universe. He created a universe outside the void. If he did that, then it's like, okay, that's a feat. That's a crazy ass feat that he did.
I'm gonna have to give the point to Goku on this. Goku's endurance is more nuanced than his strength. He can fight through mountains, take incredible punches, fight gods, but surprisingly, he's not bulletproof. Goku may have tapped into the power of the gods, but one of Goku's greatest weaknesses is that he has to actively guard to mitigate any damage. In one case, Krillin has actually hurt Goku by throwing a rock at him while he was relaxing before the Cell games in a Super Saiyan state. Regardless of the power boost, because he wasn't actively blocking any attack, the rock hurt him as it would anyone else. Moreover, in Resurrection of F, Goku takes down the revived Frieza using his new Super Saiyan Blue transformation. Super Saiyan Blue is the peak strength Goku is able to achieve, tapping into the power of the gods. However, Frieza's henchman Sorbet lands a cheap shot to Goku's heart and instantly takes the Saiyan down. So while Goku does have incredible...
Wait. Now hold on now. Listen, when Beerus stabbed Goku, Goku didn't expect that. Right? He stabbed him through like the heart or the chest. One of the two things. Right? And mind you, right? Moro stabbed Goku through the chest too. Here's an image, right? He wasn't dead, but he was, you know, I'm surprised he was still alive after that. He got stabbed, he had a hole in his chest, and he still lived. So, yeah, he just couldn't regenerate.
Endurance to take on the likes of the gods, he also has to actively be aware that the attack is coming to nullify it. Regardless of Goku's physical endurance, his immune system has proven it's not invincible either. In the androids...
If you say that, there was a whole situation in Invincible when Mark caught a whole virus, and that took away his powers, and he was slowly but surely dying. So, are we gonna really talk about this, bro? Like, I'm gonna wait till you get there, though. I'm gonna wait till you get there.
Saga, Goku suffers from a rare heart virus, and that is expected to kill him without proper medicine, which proves he's susceptible to new viruses. In Omni-Man's fight with the Guardians of the Globe, he successfully murders everyone, but takes a few heavy impacts in return. Super speed punches from Red Rush, a morning star to the face.
But those punches don't compare to the punches that Goku would take on a daily basis, you know? So, if you go deep into the comic, I don't remember what issue it was, but if you go deep, there was a whole virus there. Ironically, isn't it? There was a whole virus that took Viltrumites' powers away from them. And the Viltrumites were scared as fuck. So, if you're talking about endurance, Thrag ripped Nolan in half. Right? So, we can't, like, if you're going to tell the story, let's, tell all of it, So, because he ripped him in half, Nolan still died at the end. At the end, he still died, right? He had some time to, like, heal up, but that wasn't good enough. He still died. So, the same points that you're going to use for Goku, I suggest that you use it for Nolan as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did my research.
And full-on compression from Martian Man. Each of these attacks caused damage, and yet Omni-Man was able to survive them all. The Viltrumites have a fast healing factor to allow Omni-Man to recover quickly from deadly injuries, which he...
Not if you directly attack his heart, because like I said, Thrag ripped him in half, right? Nolan did recover, but he still was going to die regardless. Maybe a sensu being could heal him, and he'll be fine. His heart will be fine, but nah, they don't got those.
He does after his battle with the Guardians. However, Omni-Man has taken bullets, bombs, and blasts from $3 billion satellites without dying. He did so without expecting any of these attacks, meaning Omni-Man doesn't need to actively guard against incoming.
Well, did Goku die from the laser beam or bullet? Right? Did Goku die? Like, Nolan didn't die. Goku didn't die either. So, like I said, Moro, who is a planet eater, who is going through the universe eating planets and shit, stabbed Goku through the chest. Right? Right where his heart is at. Right? He should have been dead. Right? Thrag ripped Omni-Man in half. And he dies.
His body is always in a state to guard against any unsuspecting damage. That being said,
I mean, no, because this man hasn't fought nobody like Goku ever in the entire series. Nobody in Invincible compares to Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gohan. If you put those Saiyans against the Viltrumites, they're going to eat them up, right? The Saiyans are going to eat them up for food. They're light. And that's just me being honest. From what I've seen, I read the comics, I watched the show, I know everything. And if I'm going off base to base, Omni-Man is going to get hurt bad. Like Goku's not going to kill him. He's not. But if Goku was to blast a Kamehameha at him full powered, he's gone. His body won't be there anymore. It will not. Trust me when I say this. Trust me when I say this. Like, Omni-Man has not survived an earth-shattering attack ever, because there's no such thing in Invincible as an earth-shattering attack. Period. So you're using this, but you're not using all the information. You know?
Omni-Man is taking damage from not only the Guardians, but also man-made weapons, which of course does not come close to the power a god of destruction can yield. Goku's endurance is much higher than Omni-Man's, but only if he expects it. Omni-Man's endurance is not bound to the awareness of an attack, so in theory, as long as the attack isn't too powerful, he could withstand it. Omni-Man has already proved...
Like I said before, I'm gonna have spoilers in the title, right? I'm gonna have spoilers in the title so that people can actually understand what's going on. You know, I'm gonna have it so that people actually understand the context that's being used in the video.
Proven he will kill without hesitation or warning, so Goku's...
Yeah, he would kill without hesitation.
Endurance is meaningless if Omni-Man delivers a surprise attack.
Now, I won't say that, because if he's using MUI and he's a lot weaker, if he's using MUI in his base, that technique in his base, right, and Omni-Man tries to surprise him, he's not going to be able to touch him. That's one thing that you're not, using. Like, you're not saying that, and it's like, bro, you got to say that too, because not to be a Goku Tard or a Dragon Ball Tard, but we're using every possible, the best situation that could actually happen. Right? Goku's going to turn UI in his base, right? He's going to use it for practice. Mind you, Omni-Man won't be able to land a hit on him, period, at all. And if he does land a hit on him, you see how Omni-Man just stood there? That's what's going to happen, bro. Like, we're going to be honest about it.
Goku is a martial arts genius. Yeah, he's strong, but he's demonstrated scenarios where his strength is multiplied through intelligent techniques. In his fight with Cell, Goku knows full well he can't win, but using Cell's ego against him, Goku...
Hey, if you had Cell and Invincible, my lord, I feel bad for everybody there.
...positions his final Kamehameha at the planet, fooling Cell into believing that the only way to win is to blow up the planet. Instead, Goku uses his instant transmission technique to bring himself directly underneath Cell and unleash what may be one of the most iconic Kamehameha waves in the series. Goku has displayed high amounts of intelligence countless times, surprising Frieza with coordinated blasts underwater, or acknowledging that Super Saiyan Grade 2 has too many drawbacks to be considered useful in his fight against Cell. That being said, Goku's intelligence is fueled by his lust for the fight. Having a lust to fight puts Goku in a position where helping the opponent is a good idea if it promises a more interesting and challenging fight. For this reason, Goku allowed Vegeta to return home after killing most of his friends.
Hey, they're comparable in power, though.
He believes Raditz has promised to change in exchange for letting go of his tail, and most controversially has given Cell a sensu bean to instantly restore his health to increase the chances of his son Gohan unleashing his rage against Cell. Goku is no doubt a martial arts master who constantly looks for weaknesses in order to effectively take down his opponent, but he...
Mind you, this man is always laughing at his opponents until he gets fucked up, but he still comes out with the W.
Will also solve those weaknesses for his opponents if it means a more interesting fight as a result. Omni-Man is cunning and intelligent in that he goes for the throat. Omni-Man has no mercy when it comes to his opponents, which is a result of his race purging the weak. Omni-Man knew he could take on the Guardians of the Globe, but he doesn't take them on individually. Instead, he sounds an emergency meeting to gather everyone to their secret hideout, where he immediately attempts to...
He nearly almost died, though, like...
Unlike Goku, Omni-Man doesn't waste a second talking or explaining his plans. With each move Omni-Man takes, we can see him strategizing for the next position or attack to cue. Omni-Man's intelligence comes with the caveat that he is the strongest, and he knows this. He isn't picking fights with those stronger than himself.
He don't pick fights stronger than himself? That's cap. Because in a comic, I mean, if he was to pick a fight with Goku, he's not going to win. But in the comic, that nigga fought Thrag and got destroyed easily. And Thrag is way stronger than Omni-Man. Way stronger than Omni-Man. Way stronger. So,
at least not yet. Even when Omni-Man is put into positions where he has some trouble, such as against the Kaiju,
here's my thing, right? If Goku was to fight, if you put Goku with his power, right? His current power, right? And invincible, that's a tongue twister. Invincible, right? He would not struggle against nobody in that verse at all. The same way he got caught by this, Goku would have probably blasted it and it would have been dead.
It's less about planning an optimal strategy and more about outpunching them. I won't even sugarcoat this. Omni-Man is incredibly intelligent, but his strengths come from brute force and the art of surprise. He murdered each of the Guardians of the Globe by tricking them to an emergency meeting, but the fight ultimately was a reactionary one that he won through sheer strength and endurance. Both Goku and Omni-Man are intelligent in their own ways. Omni-Man is direct and to the point, without any hesitation, and trusts his strength will outweigh any problems along the way. Whereas Goku's intelligence comes from the art of combat and being able to understand which moves are more effective given a specific situation. For that reason, Goku wins this category.
Oh, alright. Okay. I still have to debunk some of your points just to let you know what happened, but you know.
Do you have a suggestion for the next top 10 Dragon Ball video? Let me know in the comments or try joining the Zenkai Goose Discord found in the description below. We talk about Dragon Ball, video games, and everything in between. Also, hey, if you like what you see and want to see more in the future, be sure to spank that beautiful sub button and turn notifications on. Now, Goku versus Omni-Man, Omni-Man versus Goku, who wins in the end? When it comes down to strength, intelligence, and endurance, Goku has Omni-Man beat on almost every case. That said, is there any way Omni-Man could beat Goku?
Nah, I don't think he can. Like, he's not going to win. He fights with... The way he fights, he's not going to win. Like, Goku has too many damn counters. Like, we're not even talking about abilities yet. We're just talking about, like, brute strength, and that's it. And for blow, he's not stronger. So it's like, if you can't outstrength your opponent, you're not going to outsmart Goku in it. You're not going to outsmart Goku if you're Omni-Man. So it's like, how does Omni-Man beat him? He has to do something underhanded to even, you know, get to Goku. And it proves that if you don't obliterate his entire body, you're not going to win. You're not. Like, he's going to be hurt, but, like, how are you going to, you know, kill him? If you're weaker than him by a lot.
Goku. Unfortunately for Goku, yes. If Omni-Man really wanted to beat Goku, there's no question a surprise attack would have to occur. While I don't think Omni-Man could beat Goku in a traditional fight, I do think he could take out Goku with a surprise cheap attack.
I mean, even that didn't take him out, because all he got to do is turn on Super Saiyan God, and that heals his wounds. So it's like, that surprise attack, it's like, all right, okay, that's cool, but, like, let's use our brains here, right? Let's use our brains right real quick, right? Super Saiyan God heals his wounds, right? So even if you had the surprise attack, that's not going to kill him directly, right? It's not, because Goku would have died that day against Frieza. He didn't. He was fine. He took a senzu bean. He was all right. And Moro stabbed him to the chest. Then they healed him, and he took a senzu bean. So it's like, but that wasn't a surprise attack. Goku was legit weakened at that point, right? So I'm not going to use that, but the bullet thing, it dented him a little bit, right? You're going to use the rock argument, okay, it hurt, but it didn't kill him. So it's like, even with a surprise attack, you could probably hurt him, but to say that you're going to kill him, there's no surprise attack in Dragon Ball Z ever that killed Goku. There's not one. There's not one. And the virus you talked about, over time, that's going to kill him, right? I give it like a week. But then again, there was a virus in Invincible in the comics, right? That strips Viltrumites of their powers. So they're no better than humans at that point, right? So it's like, to say Omni-Man beats Goku without using all context is kind of weird. In itself, it's weird, right? It's super weird. So I don't think Omni-Man beats him. I feel like you got to compare Omni-Man to somebody like I don't know. I wouldn't know who in anime you could probably compare him to. Right? I wouldn't know. Because if you put him in One Punch Man, right? You put him in a One Punch verse, that John, he's not going to one-shot everybody. He's going to have a hard time beating them. Right? Especially Boros. He's not going to beat Boros. Boros will eat that nigga up. Pause. So it's like, you got to use context. Use every bit of context, not to side with somebody, but to actually understand what trumps over what. You know? That's how I see it. I don't think Omni-Man wins. I think he loses horribly. And I think this was a bad comparison, in my personal opinion.
Similar to what happened in Resurrection F. However, there is one more technique Omni-Man could use to beat Goku, and that is by following the tried and true rules set by Goose Gang for centuries. All he has to do is keep it cute.
Okay, so that does it for today's video, y'all. I got 4 videos, 4 bangers, so hopefully you guys do enjoy those videos. It's been your boy Sue, and we are out of here, y'all. Peace.
From Cali, we got blue bag. I just had like 30,000 on me. I just blew that.
Get him in his head with that fire. He got screwed back. Chrome heart with the off-white. Yeah, true that.
MB, how they gon' tell us what we can't do? Like this bitch call me God, bitch, I'm Jesus. Hire him the director, turn her take 2. High court trail right now, bring that Drake through.
She just give me head in the bins, baby, thank you. Ever since that nigga smoked the line, I've been hateful. Catch a nigga slipping, I got fire, I'ma bake you. Snitching to the feds, certain shit that you can't do. I just popped the bean in the club and I can't move. She just supposed to lean in the cup, I'ma taste you.
It's a